Wondery Plus subscribers can listen to Crime and Sports early and ad-free right now. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
Rakuten is the smartest way to save money when you shop because you earn cash back at over 3,500 stores. Fashion, beauty, electronics, home essentials, travel, dining, concert tickets, and more. Your favorite stores like Lowe's, Levi's, and Nike pay Rakuten to send them shoppers. And Rakuten then passes on a part of that payment to its members as cash back. You're already shopping at your favorite stores. Why not save while you're doing it? It's a no-brainer. Membership is free and easy to sign up. Get the Rakuten app now and join the 17 million members who are already saving. Cashback rates change daily. See Rakuten.com for details. That's Rakuten. Your cashback really adds up.
Your weekly dose of romance and drama has arrived. Season 29 of The Bachelor is here, and Grant Ellis, certified hottie and former day trader, is trading his day job on Wall Street for a second chance at everlasting love. New episodes drop every Monday at 8/7 Central, bringing you fresh twists in Grant's journey to find his soulmate. This self-proclaimed mama's boy is all grown up and ready to invest his heart. Will his playful charm win over the house full of hopefuls, or will the competition prove too intense? From heartfelt moments to adrenaline-pumping dates, each week brings new surprises in the mansion. Will Grant find his perfect match or end up with a broken heart? Tune in every Monday at 8/7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu for new episodes of The Bachelor.
Everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another crazy, wild adventure known as Crime and Sports here.
Right.
Episode 410, hooking it up here. We got a sport. I mentioned episode 410 because we're doing a sport we've never covered before. In 410 episodes. And this guy's a real asshole, too, so it works out beautifully. I know nothing about this sport.
Okay.
Maybe you do a little bit. I'm not sure. And we'll talk all about it. Before we do, though, definitely head over to shutupandgivememurder.com.
Yeah.
Get your merch. There's new stuff up all the time. Tickets for Small Town Murder live shows.
Oh, boy.
All sorts of cool shit there. So do that and find out all you want about us. Follow us on social media at Crime and Sports and wherever you follow people on social media and all the major deals. And do that. You definitely also want to get your hands on some Patreon. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Patreon.com/crimeandsports. It's like a whole separate stream of shows there. Anybody $5 a month or above, you get tons of bonus episodes, hundreds of episodes you've never heard that have been, bonus episodes in the catalogs, and then new episodes every other week. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder, and you, my friends,
You get it all.
You get it all. This week, what we're going to talk about for Crime and Sports, we are going to talk about something that will get me all fired up. We're going to talk about all of the different New England Patriots cheating scandals.
Okay.
Why not? I figure
There's a lot.
There's been a lot of time has passed, and so let's do it. There's been a bunch. They're one of the cheatingest teams ever, so it'll be fun to find out. Then for Small Town Murder, because we couldn't get it all in one, we are going to finish up with Ed Gein Part 2 with the stuff there. We're going to talk about some psychology and kind of some other weird stuff. You know how it works. Plenty of weird stuff to talk about here, mainly psychology.
Fascinating fella.
Weird shit with his mom, all sorts of stuff we'll talk all about. That is patreon.com/crimeinsports. And you're going to get a shout out, too, at the end of the show. Yeah. Jimmie will mispronounce your name, but he'd love to get it correct. But that's all right. That said, let's get right to it here.
Okay.
With our asshole of the week. His name is Hector Barbera is his last name, but then he's from Spain, so he's got another last name that he doesn't use. So
his sister Hannah. Yeah.
It's Val is his last name. Barbera, exactly. Val is his last name, Vall, but he goes by Hector Barbera. So here we go. He is from Spain.
Yep.
Dos Aguas, Spain. So
the two waters.
Two water.
Yeah.
Not just one,
both
two.
Of them. Yeah.
Maybe between two rivers or
Probably,
some shit like that.
yeah.
I don't know. He's born November 2nd, 1986.
Oh, young man.
A younger guy, yeah. Now, he's from Spain, and this is weird with his early life because it's hard to find out a lot about his early life because his sport, he's a motorcycle racer.
What kind of motorcycle?
I don't fucking know. The motorcycles where they go when they make the turns, they're like laying on the ground. Those motorcycles where you're like, their physics can't. They're defying all sorts of physics when they're doing that. He does that.
Wild.
Those people are insane.
Yeah.
Insane. To take one turn like that, you're like, you're going to fucking die. There's no way you're going to be safe doing that. It's crazy.
At the speed that they do it, and
insane.
they whip that motorcycle like crazy.
It's crazy.
There's a lot of motorsports where you see crashes, none more than this one.
Constant, and there's nothing protecting them. They crash, they just fly off in another direction, and fucking you literally see people pinwheeling through the air. You're like, holy shit, this is wild stuff.
They have a cage of some sort on their person underneath their uniform that has there's skid plates and shit.
Like some football padding, I think they have. Yeah.
How much can you have?
Well, no, when you're pinwheeling fucking 18 feet into the air and you fly
bones are breaking.
30 yards that way and land, it doesn't matter what you're wearing.
Yeah.
It's gonna
bones are breaking.
Your bones are breaking. The impact of it's bad. Whiplash and neck problems. You're gonna hit your head even though you have a fucking helmet on. It's still bad. So
and you're moving 200 miles an hour.
It's great. It's crazy. This is one of those sports that if you grew up, were like a little kid in the 80s. Remember when ESPN didn't have a lot of programming? So they'd play like shit like this and you'd be like, I guess I'll watch this. That's how I know this exists. And I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with these guys?
Their knee is like 2 inches off the ground.
Some of them, they have the pad so their knee touches the ground as they go. So it's fucking crazy. So that's what I mean. It's hard to find early stuff on him because it's not like he's a mainstream star. But in multiple places say the same thing, that this is very strange. His parents' names are Earl and Rose.
Is that right?
Which is not the most Spanish names you've ever heard.
España.
And he apparently, when he was a little kid, they moved to Kentucky, which is where your Earls and your Roses live. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Hotbed of Spanish culture, too.
That's what you want. Usually you bring small Spanish children and you really put them in Owensburg, Kentucky, because I believe that's where it was. Or it's Owensburg, Kentucky. So, that's a little odd anyway. Mm-hmm. There's 5 kids in all. He's the middle child. He's the third of 5, Hector. And I guess everybody's into motorsports in his family.
Is that right?
This guy's like, I want to drive a motorcycle super fast and take these turns where you're practically laying on the ground. And his parents were like, that's good. It's good to have ambition. Whereas most parents would say, fuck, you're out of your mind. No.
Your dad does something similar, so get after it.
That's so strange. So Owensboro. Did I say Owensburg? I meant Owensboro.
Owensboro.
All right. Which is also Johnny Depp's hometown as well.
I was just going to say, I think that's the one. Yeah. That son of a bitch tries to act all French on us. You're from Kentucky, motherfucker.
Hey, you know what? All this European influence of people moving into Owensboro. Who knows if there's just a constant... We don't know what kind of shuttle system is going beyond, Western Europe and fucking and Owensboro, Kentucky. It might be where all the expats are. We don't know. Fascinating as shit. We need to go there and find out. So his parents, and I say plural, both parents raced dirt track. Mom was a dirt track racer.
Dirt track in a car?
No, motorcycles.
Wow.
So think about this. How many parents in Spain are named Earl and Rose and do dirt track racing? Is that your normal Spanish upbringing? I've never heard of that before.
Your moms do dirt track racing.
It's so fucking weird. So he started to race. Hector did at age 12.
Yeah.
He starts racing, which is, I think, about right. That's what kids really get into, that sort of thing.
You start riding a 50 right around 4 or 5 years old, probably.
Yeah, my little nephew, Shay, he's 5, and he tears up my back of my woods all the time. We made a track, and he goes and loves it. He's on his little dirt bike, and he's good.
Well,
So
PW50s, the little CRFs, the little Hondas. I mean, they're very popular for people to have for their kids. And then you can find out the interest they have in it based on 1 year of riding that damn thing, if they give a shit about it still.
They're down low, so the fall isn't as far, which is nice. That's helpful. And then you can tell if they're safe enough to actually have one with a bigger engine. So he began his world championship career at age 15.
Hell yeah.
15 in 2002. That's crazy. At the 125cc World Championship.
He's running 125s on the road, like enduro
style
bikes?
Yeah, these are,
Wow, 125s move, man. I had a 125. They'll do 60 miles an hour.
Especially with a small 15-year-old on it, not a lot of weight.
It's probably not a stock 125.
No, I'm sure it's juiced up.
Built up, it's crazy.
So he had a mentor named Jorge Martinez. Again, very Kentucky. Yeah. Who Jorge Martinez teamed Hector Barbera up with another kid named Angel Rodriguez.
Really?
I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. There's all sorts of...
It's gotta be so much.
There, and they also hooked him up with an experienced rider named Pablo Nieto. So...
Unbelievable.
He formed a little Spanish triad here with these three guys.
All three of them. All three of the Spanish guys from Kentucky.
And in the first season, Hector was the best of all of them. He kind of showed himself to be the cream of the class here.
Oh, yeah.
So I found 2002, there's stats here. Now, I don't know shit about racing, about motorcycle racing, but I see that he raced 15 races in 2002, and he didn't win any. But he had 50 points, which placed him 14th in the championship series.
Okay.
So
how many points?
50 in 15 races, 14th overall. So that's not terrible, I guess.
He's averaging better than 3 points a race. That's not bad.
I mean, if he's 14th, that's not awful. I don't know how many racers there are. Hopefully there's not 15. That would be worse, but we don't know. You never know. So I guess when he was 16, now he can actually drive.
Right.
Then he started doing a lot better. He ended up clinching a title at the Daytona 200, not the 500, the 200, becoming the youngest AMA Superbike champion in history.
Wow.
So, yeah, he's kind of a shooting star here, this guy.
Yeah,
that's
impressive.
Good shit. It caught the attention of other teams, and so now bigger teams started kind of wooing him here. Earned him a spot on the MotoGP World Championship.
Hell yeah.
With the Respol Honda factory team.
Oh, really? He's riding for Respol.
So there you go. He's doing all right.
It's a damn nice bike.
He's doing okay. So 2003, he has 16 races, wins 2 of them.
Really?
And has 164 points, finishing him 3rd in the championship series.
Son of a gun.
He's 16 years old.
This is 2002? Incredible.
Yeah. If these are like not all other children, then like if there's adults, I'm pissed if a 16-year-old's kicking my ass racing. I'm upset about that.
If he's racing AMA, he's got to be racing adults.
Well, he's the youngest, so there's no one else his age, obviously.
Right.
So he won his first win in 2003 was at Donington Park, making him one of the youngest riders ever to win a Grand Prix as well.
Sure.
And a strong finish to the season. He's 3rd, so now he's like, holy shit, that this is an up-and-comer in whatever the fuck this sport is. Racing until we die, I guess.
Defying death, yeah.
Because I feel like you don't just retire because you've had a good career. You retire because you're too injured to do this anymore, right?
Yeah, you retire because you can't shift anymore.
Yeah, or your leg was snapped off at the hip, and now it doesn't quite work right anymore. Yeah. Can't fall again.
Harder to shift.
Yeah, harder to shift, exactly. So they said a bunch of crashes and failures, though, derailed his hopes of winning the series. But the final race secured the runner-up spot and a factory ride with Fortuna Honda in the 250cc class for 2005.
Yeah, that's a real fucking bike, man. That's a real bike.
No, 2004, he finished 2nd in the series, had 4 wins in 16 races. So it seems like they do 16. He also did a couple of, it looks like world races because he won in Japan, in Netherlands, and Great Britain. So this is an international thing here also. He's doing pretty well. That's 2004, he's 2nd. So he goes from 14th to 3rd to 2nd.
Wow.
2005, he's in the 250cc now. So that's a different... That's obviously twice the
fucking... That's a whole bike, dude.
That's fast. Those fucking
people
things.
Ride those...
Street bikes.
People ride those on the freeway.
Yeah, that's a street bike, absolutely. So he does well in this. He has 16 races, no wins, but he finishes 9th in the series in points.
Okay.
So it looks like I have all of his races here. He finished 5th, 11th, 7th, 6th, 16th, 9th, 8th, 6th, 7th, 4th, 5th, and 5th. So
okay, fourth is his highest.
It's as high as he's finished, and that was these are all in different countries too. He's all over the world here: Singapore, Spain, Portugal, China, France, Italy, fucking Netherlands, Great Britain, all over the place. 2006, he wins his first 250cc race here.
Okay.
I don't. Where is that? If I could find it, where does he win? China. Goes to China and wins. Yeah. So does that. This year he finishes 5th in Spain, 4th in Qatar. Famous for their racing. 2nd in Turkey, 1st in China, 7th in France. He's kind of full. He had a lot of cheese and butter and heavy food over there. Baguettes and just it's a lot. Yeah. Wine, too much. He retired in Italy, so he didn't even finish the race. He was like, I just did a lot last night. I did a lot. 5th in Great Britain, 5th in Germany, 5th in the Czech Republic. So he's constant thing of 5th here. 6th in Australia, 7th in Japan, 10th in Portugal. And
wow, what kind of money can this make that he can travel the fucking world like this? Is Red Bull and Honda just needs a write-off and they're just dumping money into this?
Well, yeah, that's probably a part of it. And it's also, it's a weird thing. I don't know how business-wise they do this, because I know they sponsor things in these very niche race worlds to be the go-to thing in that race world. But how much money is in that? You know what I mean? Like to be
this can't be fucking millions and millions of dollars. I know that a guy I went to high school with won the Indy or Daytona. I don't know.
There's nobody in the stands for these fucking things.
Right.
So,
but he won $1 million for the biggest fucking race that there is.
In a car.
1 million. Yeah.
In a car. Yeah.
The team. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 million, and that's you probably spent most of that getting there and working the car up.
Well,
and
it was Letterman's team, but for Honda. But it's still. I mean, it's $1 million, and he's supposed to live on that forever.
So I don't know what you could be making here, because to travel to all these different countries, bringing a whole team and motorcycles, and that's a lot. It costs a lot to ship all that shit.
It sure isn't cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you can. It's not like here where there's a race in Oklahoma, then there's a race in Nevada. You throw it in an 18-wheeler and you drive it. I don't think you can do that when you're going from fucking Qatar to the Czech Republic.
Can't even throw that in the back of your pickup truck. You're gonna have to ship that.
Definitely not in Australia or Japan. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have to float that shit there.
Yeah.
So anyway, that year he finishes 7th in 2006 in the overall deal here and won his first race. So he's doing okay. He ends up moving to another team. He gets off of Fortuna Honda and moves to Team Toth or Toth, T-O-T-H, either one. 2007 Grand Prix motorcycle racing here. It's 250cc still. No wins this year, but 5 podiums, and he's 5th in the points, actually.
Oh.
So he's 5th in the whole 5 podiums, I guess. That's 3rd. Yeah, because he's
3. Yeah.
3rd, 8th, 6th, 4th, 3rd, 8th, 7th, 6th, 4th, 3rd, 5th, 3rd, 2nd, 5th.
He got a second, huh?
He got a second, yeah.
How about that?
In Malaysia. He pulled off a second, so good for him. So he's 5th in which I bet the top 4 probably won a race. All those people.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. He's probably would have to. So he's doing great. It's 2006. He's only 20 years old.
Wow.
He's like 20 years old. He's the hot up and coming hot shot motorcycle racer.
Yeah.
He's already injured himself a whole bunch. I'm going to show you a couple of his accidents on video, by the way.
Oh my God.
So we can watch them, because they are fucking crazy. They're absolutely bonkers, these fucking accidents. I
can't believe these people live after these things.
It's I mean, dude, they're nuts, honestly. It's fucking wild. So some of them look like, they don't look real. It looks like in a like a sketch. They show, and then they throw a doll and it bounces and its leg flops over its head and shit. That's what they look like.
It's like a video game. Yeah.
But they're in real life. It's fucking crazy. So I'm going to say here, just because this is the next year he gets in a pretty bad accident, I'm going to say grace at this point for him. He's 20. He's a hot shot motorcycle guy. Whatever chicks are in that world, I'm sure he's getting them.
Yeah.
Are there chicks in this world hanging around?
There's, the pit girls. There's all kinds of women.
There's pit girls in this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Like the girls that sit in pit row and spray fucking champagne on people and stuff. Fuck yes.
For the motorcycle races, interesting.
For everything that's top tier like this. This is Grand Prix, so this is top of the heap. You know what I mean? This is real racing.
But still, even top of the heap, the best you're getting is on like ESPN4 at 3:00 in the morning. You know what I mean? It's not like there's a.
And this may be the bottom of the heap for her. She may be a Hooters girl that is aiming for NASCAR. You know,
she's working her way up to boat shows. Yeah, is what you're saying.
She can't wait for drag boats to come through town.
Yeah, she's like, fingers crossed for Talladega next year. Drag boats. So 2008 in Grand Prix.
Yeah.
It's again 250. It's the same team he's on. He only races 12 races because he gets hurt in a pretty good accident here. 4 podiums, 2 poles, finishes 6th in the points, even though he races much less than everybody else.
2 poles, so we qualified first position.
Yeah, no, he's doing great.
That's awesome.
And I do. I have his thing here. No wins, but he's 2nd, 5th, 8th, 6th, 12th, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 2nd, 4th, 3rd, and then a bunch of after he hurt himself. So here's his deal here. He survived this crash. It was during the Italian round of the championship on June 1st, 2008. He was running second behind Marco Simoncelli on the last lap here, actually, too. And the guy was trying to defend his lead by changing his line on this, like moving around in the straight lines here. Yeah. It says that Hector slipstreamed onto Simoncelli's back wheel and clipped it with his front brake lever.
Oh, no.
His bike fucking flips through the air with somehow Hector not completely killing himself. He escapes somewhat.
And the other guy lived too?
Yeah, everybody was fine.
Wow.
He was racing the next race after Italy. He was fine. But then later on, at a practice round, he takes another really bad spill and has 2 spinal fractures out of it.
Fuck.
He's 21. He's got spinal fractures.
This kid's in trouble, man.
This crash was at 160 miles an hour on a motorcycle.
Ooh-wee.
Think about that.
Nobody survives that.
They should have huge,
How the fuck is he doing it?
They should have giant crash pads on the side of the track. You know what I mean? Like, for stuntmen when they jump off buildings, like shit like that, they should have for these people, because this is crazy.
There's stuff for them to crash into all over the place, but it's not gonna. It doesn't fucking matter unless the track's a pillow. you're in a lot of trouble.
Let me show you.
It's a cheese grater.
Let me show you.
Boy.
Okay, here, I'll turn this. You see the whole video? Good. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you the accident here. This is the one that he didn't get that injured in, by the way.
Really? Oh, dear God. He went over the handlebars and landed on his face.
Yeah, he went. Yeah, that was terrifying looking.
Fuck? I don't even know physically how that crash happened. Like it looked like his front tire just fucking stopped and then it went over. How the hell does that even happen?
This is fucking crazy. Here's another crash. Okay, this is from later on. Yeah. This is from later on, but
is this a spinal accident?
I don't think so. That was during a practice round.
Oh, no.
Well, look at him crawl. Did you know how hurt he is, the way he's crawling?
Yeah. Remember when you got hurt that bad as a kid and you just go, oh.
He's programmed, I'm sure, to crawl away from the bike in case it catches on fire or something. But watch this.
Yeah. He just went over?
Watch this shit.
That flop is nuts. Oh, my. That's
him.
He landed right on his back. Dude.
That's what we didn't see earlier. He fucking launched and flipped. And the bike landed on him like twice, too. Look at this. Look at him go.
How does that bike even do that? I don't even know what happened.
He did a complete and fucking total flip in the air.
Yeah.
Landed just right on the fucking road and then had his bike fall on him like 3 times.
He's lucky he didn't land on that peg.
It's fucking crazy. There's more coming up here. We'll show you here. There's
boy.
Guys, this sport is insane. This is crazier than the ski jumping that we did, I think. This is more insane.
Yeah.
Look at this.
The motorcycle just exploded upward. How did he do
boom,
that?
He popped it.
Yeah, I'd be mad too. He's slamming his fist. I don't know how you did it either, man. Nobody else fell over. How did you fall over?
See all the sparks flying and shit too?
Yeah, there's 8 guys. Boom. Oh, he just went way down too low.
He went down too low.
Yeah. His whole
there's
peg
that
went
one.
and hit the ground. Wow.
And then here is one more crash. This is from 2015, so I'll save it for when it comes up, 2015. All right. So.
This man he's going too fast, and he doesn't know how to do it.
Yeah. We get guys where they're like, they're NFL players that like contact, so they have these hard collisions all the time. Yeah. We're like, there's a certain mental thing that, whatever. This is way crazier than anything like that.
This would be the equivalent of if tackling wasn't the thing you were supposed to do.
No, you're supposed to hit the guy with your car. That's what it would be like. That'd be the level of danger that we're in.
This guy is like, you're not supposed to fall down, man.
No,
and he's doing it.
And when you do, holy shit, it looks painful.
God.
The way he crawled away was like, I can't breathe. I can't. You can tell.
The first two accidents didn't even look like it just looked like the bike exploded and bucked him off. It looked like this is motorcycle riding mixed with rodeo.
And that was supposed to happen.
The bike's just wild. Sometimes it just bucks.
It's like that was supposed to. Oh, how long did he last? You start checking your fucking stopwatch.
Is that an 8-second ride?
So his crash at 160 miles an hour, he says God was looking after him. That's what happened.
Seems like God doesn't want you to ride that motorcycle.
Nice. That's all it was. He said he wasn't hurt. He said God exists. He said, I was going to lead into the last turn and shoot the bike out in a straight line, but I couldn't get close enough going into the turn, so I had to try and slipstream coming out of it. I have no idea what that means at all, any of that.
He's trying to drift the guy in front of him.
We touched and I fell.
Yeah.
We were going very fast, and after the fall and lack of serious injury, I believe that God exists, and when it's your time, it's your time. When it's not, it's not. Well, you can also add to that by driving 160 miles an hour on a fucking motorcycle while getting an inch away from the ground, making turns.
There's an old Ron Schock joke of a water skier that was skiing and a duck flew and hit him in the fucking face and killed him. And the family was like, yeah, but if it's your time, it's your time. And he's like, yeah, but what if it was the duck's time?
Yeah, not yours.
What if there's a duck flying across this fucking racetrack and it's the duck's time?
You're just collateral damage. So he said, after the fall, I was dizzy. I moved my fingers to see if they were there, and they were. Oh, that's helpful. Yeah. Hey, look at that. Hey, looky-loo there. My fingers are around.
There's fingers.
I was stunned. I tried to stand up, but fell against the wall. Yeah, I would say.
If you're doing something that goes awry, and then you look to see if there's fingers and you're stunned.
You're like, wow.
Maybe you shouldn't do this.
Yeah. I don't know if he means I was stunned because he said that as I tried to stand up. So he was like, I fell down. Or if he was like, holy shit, fingers, wiggle, wiggle. Look at that. I don't know which one that means.
You're stunned. You still have fingers.
Wow. Fingers.
This ain't the thing for you.
Yeah. In his mixed Spanish and Kentucky accent, which would be the weirdest one of all. Because if you took a kid from like 5 from Spain and put him in Kentucky, he'd have a weird accent, man. That kid would talk funny.
Manos.
He said, the race was going so well, too. It was one of the easiest of my life, right up until I fell. Well, yeah, that'll do it every time. That guy puts a damper on it when you tumble like that.
Sure.
So 2009, he races 16 races, finishes second in the championship overall, wins 3 races, actually.
Wow.
So he's pretty badass here. He won the 2009 Valencia Grand Prix, the final 2-stroke 250cc race in Grand Prix history.
2-stroke 250s.
Yeah, the class was to be discontinued in favor of the 4-stroke class in 2010. Right. So in 2009, it was announced that Barbera would move to MotoGP in 2010, riding for the Aspar team aboard Ducati customer bikes.
Wow. He's riding real shit, man.
Real fucking shit, yeah. They said that it was like a big deal. He's going to graduate to this now, they kept saying. So they announced that they will this team's going to step up to the top class, and they've signed a couple other guys, and there's also Suzuki in here, I see, and a bunch of other companies. So one of the guys said, this is Hector, I'm sorry, I'm very happy to be going to MotoGP. To do so is the dream of every rider in the world. As a Valencian rider, I'm especially drawn to the idea of working in the Aspar team project. And the article said the 22-year-old Spaniard.
Said this very young man.
Here's his dad, Earl. Tell you what, my son, this little Spanish feller here, look at him there, look at him. I'll tell you what, this guy here, he's something else on that track, boy. And that just went above and beyond what I ever thought I could be. He said,
Hector, he really gives them heck. You know what I mean?
That's why we named him this. He's going to give him heck. Hector. Right now, the Ducati is a very competitive bike, and the team and myself have a strong desire to do well. The goal for the first season in the Premier class will be to adapt to the new bike and team as soon as possible. Now I'm going to focus on finishing the season, which I have 6 races to go, and when the year is over, we will begin working on the new project.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
He was hip-hop's biggest mogul, the man who redefined fame, fortune, and the music industry.
The first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy built an empire and lived a life most people only dream about.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But just as quickly as his empire rose, it came crashing down.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, it's not real. Now it's real.
From his meteoric rise to his shocking fall from grace, from law and crime, this is the rise and fall of Diddy. Listen to the rise and fall of Diddy exclusively with Wondery Plus.
So his boss here, Jorge Martinez, said it's undoubtedly great news for us to have signed Hector. In our previous association with him, we won the Spanish Championship and various 125cc Grand Prix, and I'm convinced we can have further success. I'm sure the next year we can get some great results, and this will be a long team arrangement. Long team arrangement here. And then he says, hopefully Hector can become a factory rider, as this will mean he will have earned some great results from us. I guess there's the customer. Is there like a... I don't know what that means. Is there different types of bikes?
Probably a bike that's for sale. Like you can buy this particular bike, but then there's the custom one I mean, it's so souped up, it's illegal on the road probably.
Well, they called it, hopefully he can become a factory rider, so he's going to ride the other ones first. The
customer riders?
The customer rides. I guess that's where you start, and then you go up to factory rider after that. I don't know. Hopefully...
Yeah,
he can
more
graduate
horsepower
to that.
Or something. Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. So good year for him though. He started out the year with a win, and then went to Japan and was 11th. 111, 411, 532, 587, 13221. That's his whole.
He won a bunch of them.
He won and then he was third and second in a bunch too. Wow. The last 5 races, he was 13221.
He's doing it.
Not too fucking bad. He seems like he's doing his deal here. 2010, he wins no races. Now he's in the new. I assume it would take a while to get used to racing these bikes.
And look,
when you change, you know?
Yeah. And if you graduate to a new bike that's probably 30, 40 miles per hour, maybe more, faster.
I
mean, when you're going 100, it feels super fast. Do 150, and it's crazy.
And then fly off your bike.
Yeah,
you'll be looking for
that
fingers
on 2 wheels.
That'll make you look for fingers right there.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, in a car, $150 would be scary.
Right.
Never mind
That's
on
what
a
I'm
bike.
Yeah. Oh my God. I've gone pretty fast in a car, but Motorcycles, I don't do that shit.
That's terrifying.
That's nuts, man.
A pebble, what if you sneeze? Like you're in deep shit. You're going to die. Yeah. That's how it works.
I dropped a motorcycle at like 30 and petrified. I was not going to ride. I still ride. I wasn't going to ride ever again.
But you're very like, you're not one of these guys who's just like, yeah, I'm going to ride it here, ride it there. You're very like respectful of it. Yeah. Like, I'm going to ride this a minimal amount, not crash. Yeah. Like, you're very much like...
I'll ride it 30 miles away, have some lunch, and ride it 30 miles back home and park that motherfucker until...
And you're happy because I've talked to you. You're excited that you didn't fuck it up or crash it at all during that time. You're like, oh, man, pulled it off. Okay, good. Whew, that's good.
Did it again.
Yeah, did it again. All right. So this year he's finishes 12th in points and doesn't win any races here. He actually doesn't do that great. His races this year, 12-13, 8-12, 11-12, 8 or 10-9, 9-10, 9, 11-13, 11-14, 10-8. So
nothing
8 is
higher than 8.
8 is the highest he finishes there. Yeah.
Shit.
Doesn't do very well there. But I mean, like I said, he's brand new to this. So
what are you going to do? Yeah.
2011, though, he still doesn't do as well. He's 11th overall and doesn't win any races either.
Okay.
And it looks like 6th is his best finish this year.
Yeah.
And a lot of 11s and 12s in there. I've only seen 113, so I think a lot of these have 12 people in them probably, I'm going to say. So he finished in 11th place, and it was announced for the 2012 season he was moving to Pramac Racing, Pramac Racing for that season, maybe. So 2012, he moves to that. It's a different racing team. He's still riding a Ducati and the same size deal. This year, he runs 15 races, finishes 11th in points again.
Okay.
And again, this year looks like 7th is his best finish.
Shit.
A lot of not even in the top 10.
Sometimes you're stuck at a specific skill set, especially with this shit.
I think, too, it's that thing where you get promoted to the point of incompetence and then you stay there.
Yeah, right.
Like you're never kept where you're best. You're always promoted to where you're being competent. That's why nothing works. You know,
there's a lot of bikes on that track, man.
It is. What's
a lot of guys doing it.
What's the name of that thing? We've talked about this before, the promoted to your incompetence. There's a name for it. There's a theory, and then we've had listeners tell us, but I can't fucking remember the name of it now. So, but yeah, that's what I feel like he's got. He's hit his ceiling. He went from a lot of first and seconds to here now. To 11th. July 22nd, 2012, he undergoes successful surgery on his broken leg.
Oh.
He's got a pretty bad broken leg here, a fractured left tibia and fibula. That's all of
both?
It. That's
the whole thing,
good.
right?
I think that's the whole thing. He suffered during a training accident. So this is during 2012. He has to immediately have surgery. He had a titanium plate and several screws inserted in the left leg. This is at 25. His leg's going to be fucked up forever.
And that's your shifting leg.
That's brutal, man.
Boy.
So I guess, they had the leg surgery chief at the Instituto Universitario USP Dexius is where he was. Universitat. The doctor said the surgery had good result. I'm sure this is translated. We are confident that Hector will be able to leave the hospital in 48 hours and can begin light physical activity in 7 days. It is difficult to say how long the post-surgery rehabilitation will take. We need to evaluate the progress of this patient, but I think we can reasonably think that he will be able to run a race in 4 or 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks with after brand new bolts.
Having a fucking plate put in to hold your leg together.
Yeah.
I guess now it won't break again. Not there anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So their racing team said, Hector said, Dr. Mir and Dr. Jimeno have done a great job. I'm feeling good, still a little dizzy from the anesthesia, but it's normal. Obviously, I'm a little disappointed about the incident. It happened in the worst period possible. I had a great feeling with both my bike and my crew. What, that you were going to finish 8th this time and not 12th?
It's all starting to come together, man.
Yeah. In the last 3 races I was able to enjoy while I was riding and fighting with the factory riders to achieve the best result possible. I could catch other brilliant results in the next round at Laguna Seca and Indy, but it's the life, and now I have to think about my injury and my rehabilitation. Yeah. So, yes, he has it all behind him there, doing well. obviously. He says that, they said the team's doing well, everybody's happy. So he stayed out the rest of 2012 here, not because of his leg, though, because he was in Valencia.
Yeah.
And that's not in America, by the way, there.
No.
Yeah. He's in Valencia, and this is from a newspaper there. He was in an alcoholized state with excessive speed in the urban area of Valencia and passed through several red lights.
He got a reckless DUI.
He got shit-faced and forgot that he wasn't on a racetrack and just fucking drove his car.
Just went, yeah.
Red lights, they don't have those on the track. I don't know what that's all about.
I don't know what they're trying to tell me.
Oh, my God. He apologized he officially apologized in a letter and spoke of his irresponsible behavior. Mm-hmm. And he has to sit out the rest of the team, suspends him.
Wow.
Yeah. If it's a racing thing, like on a motorcycle, you can't have any booze at any time. Like, even you can't have drinks the night before and have a little bit of hangover. None of that would probably be good.
There are NASCAR drivers that have DUIs, and it's like,
yeah,
dude,
but they're hillbillies, though. That's a different breed.
Other racers have them too, but that's crazy that they have DUIs at all. If there's anybody who's aware of what that car is capable of doing, the damage it's capable, they should know.
At the same time, and we've brought this up before, a NASCAR driver on the regular road going 40. He could probably do that at like a 0.15, no problem. You know what I mean? Because his reaction times driving are way better than anybody else's on the road. So they're probably twice as fast. So even if you take half away, then he's normal, I feel like. So
and
we should give them
the size of this car. He knows where it starts and stops.
That's what I mean. Like, it's bullshit, dude. This guy knows everything. He could probably get away with, I would say, at least a 0.15. We should give him a break, maybe.
Kyle Busch can't. He's bad at it.
Crashing into shit.
Yeah.
Some of those guys, what if they're terrible at driving regular cars?
That's funny.
They're only good at driving.
It needs to be 160 miles an hour, or else I can't control this piece.
Pedal down, fully concentrated, every little move. Because if he's going like 45 with traffic, he's like hitting kids. He's not paying attention. He's really bad at it.
Pit maneuvering, folks.
And we don't know if they can turn.
Yeah.
We know they can turn gradually, but we don't know they can just make a regular right turn. Can they pull into a parking space? How the fuck do we know? Maybe they're awful drivers.
The Hooters.
Yeah. How do you get in there? You can't just fucking drift in there. That's not going to work. Going to hit some chick getting off her shift? That's not right. With her 6 months pregnant belly hanging out of the bottom of her Hooters shirt. That's the type of damage you're going to do.
Carrying around that 6-inch long apron.
Yeah. So 2013 Grand Prix racing, same thing. He finishes 16th this year in the standings, which is bad. Lowest point total ever with 35. And he raced in 18 races, actually, too. So
Jesus.
He did not do well. He was a bit distracted, though, we'll say.
Tell me why.
Well, the beginning of the season here in May 10th, 2013, he's arrested for beating the shit out of his girlfriend.
Oh, no, he's one of those douchebags.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine some guy that likes to ride 160 on a motorcycle probably will backhand his girlfriend. Just
maybe he thinks he's better than a gal.
That's the type, you know what I mean? They kind of live by the seat of their pants, you know.
Sure.
So it happened in the city of Jerez, where they were present to attend the Feria del Caballo, the celebration of the horse festival.
Oh, Caballo, yeah.
We came in specially for the celebration of the horse, and here we are. Very, very Kentucky. Maybe he's into horses. Kentucky, there's a connection.
Possible, yeah.
Oh, my God, I don't get it.
Triple Crown guy.
He dirt races with Earl, but he's also very European. It's so strange. His girlfriend was admitted to a local hospital and received medical treatment for contusions and bruises, while he was placed in custody for what the sources called an expedited trial. We're going to just run him through. I guess there is not word on press charges and similar legal actions from this article. I guess they said they're going to look into it here, and so not doing well. May 11th, 2013. So the next day he gets a trial. It happened. Boom. She's still like wiping shit from her eye, and he's on trial.
Yeah, they got salve on it. Yeah.
Wow. So May 11th, 2013 here, he goes to court. He was placed in custody. She spent one night in the hospital and received medical care, and he spent his night at jail. They said it looks like things got out of control during a heated argument, which came to blows on both sides. I guess they both just started wailing on each other. And
those relationships.
The problem is they both end up arrested, too. They arrest the girlfriend when she gets out of jail. I guess they both just went off on each other, beating each other. So they were like, cuff them both. So Hector is sentenced to, you, sir, may fuck off 6 months in jail he gets for this.
Really?
Yeah, they're fucking around. Look at that.
Spain?
Yeah, 6 months.
Wow.
Done. And his girlfriend, who's 23 years old, you, ma'am, may fuck off 5 months in jail.
She got a little bit of time, too.
They both got time. Yeah, it looks like they decided mutual combat. He got the better of it, so he gets an extra month. But otherwise, that's like, wow. They believe, though, that both sentences will be commuted to community service time.
Okay.
Obviously, this isn't the best way to prepare for a motorcycle racing season, clearly. He posted an announcement on his Facebook page, Hector does.
Right.
Quote, related to the incidents happened today, just clarify that it has just been a simple couple discussion. Has just been. That's what he wrote. A simple couple discussion already solved by the Jerez court and that both parts have accepted. We apologize the way the incidents had occurred, even if the Jerez court solved equally for both parts. So what does that mean?
It
Not
wasn't
much.
equal. She got 5, you got 6. So
you got 6, and also she spent the night in the hospital and you didn't. So
and
he's like, well, that bitch needs to fight better. I don't know what to tell you. He's like, mutual combat. Sorry. Like, that's a little weird.
I got a month more, so I win, evidently.
Apparently, I won the fight. That's all that means. So there they go. They're both going to do their deal here. So May 13th, 2013, after he has been sentenced, it's the fucking 2 days later here. This is from asphaltandrubber.com.
It's a good website, I'm sure.
Well, usually, the thing is, I must have missed it that day because usually it's like I get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you get, make your bed, stuff like that. Then I go right to asphaltandrubber.com to see what's going on.
I usually get reminded on my email that
I get up. I obviously get notifications, Jimmie. Jesus, this is crazy. But, I do that. Then I check the weather news, that sort of thing, So
Asphalt and Rubber.
Asphalt and Rubber. He does an interview with Asphalt and Rubber.
Really?
Yeah, well, they're going to get all the hard-hitting news items, I feel like.
They get access.
Yeah, they get access. And, I guess the case was handled by Spain's special domestic violence courts, so they talked to him about that. He released his statement, and he said that in this interview that he was a victim.
Oh.
Yeah, and was found by the court as a victim as well.
Right.
He says that he would never think on hurting or damaging any person, no matter woman or men.
So he's a Spanish-speaking man, obviously.
Yes, and it sounds like he didn't learn English very well, even though he came to Kentucky as a small child.
Well, that's why.
That's the problem, yeah.
Because that's not English either.
His parents kept him at home, don't send him out there. That's not the English we want him to learn.
We'll just teach him Spanish.
We're going to teach him shit in here. It'll be better. Broken English sounds better than what's going on out there. I don't know.
It's also broken. There's no fixing it.
No shit. Yeah, it's fucking beyond repair.
That is shattered. No factory warranty.
He can still learn. They can't.
Yeah.
So he said also that he's firmly against any type of mistreatment or abuse to anyone.
Oh, not just women. Everyone.
Anyone. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now they're broken up, by the way, his girlfriend and he. That's enough here. So she's had it.
Great.
So he said that he suffered a form of battery, which makes the whole thing kind of justified, basically.
Yeah, I was just defending myself.
That's what it is. Now, Asphalt and Rubber goes on to say, looking at the story from American eyes and predispositions, a man assaulting a woman, whether provoked or not, is automatically cast as the guilty party. It is perhaps the one ironic role reversal in America's own battle with sexism and misogyny and its socio-legal systems.
No, there's a lot more. There are a lot of differences between men and women. What are you talking about, man?
What are you talking about? That's the one ironic role reversal.
No, it's not.
I don't understand. That really doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't, no. He's trying to say that
it's almost
Americans are all misogynistic and
But the way he wrote it, it's almost like he writes for like Asphalt and Rubber magazine and not like Time or something. You know what I mean?
Not like Motor Trend.
Yeah, not
even
the
the prestige of Motor Trend.
Not even that. I'm from Asphalt and Rubber. Can I have a minute of your time? I wouldn't give them an interview.
To write for Dirt Wheels.
Yeah. Someday.
Yeah.
If Asphalt and Rubber.
One of these days I'm going to write for Auto Trader.
Oh, man. I'm going to put them all in there. If Asphalt and Rubber called us for an interview, we'd probably be like, I don't think we have time for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why don't you write for Field and Stream, man?
We could write. Yeah, that'd be so much better. Isn't Boy's Life still in existence? Write for that. Write for a children's magazine. So highlights. There you go.
Yeah, highlights would be better than this shit.
That's great. So one of the this is from the article. As one of my legal colleagues said to me, a speedy trial and both parties getting punished, that would never happen in the United States. Quite right. The issue has been an interesting one to follow in the MotoGP paddock as well as through the Spanish media. We will, while we will never likely know the full extent of what really transpired in that hotel room, not to mention that ascertaining the, quote, guilt of what occurred can only be speculated on by media outlets, including us here at Asphalt and Rubber. Obviously, we're not,
we haven't done any hard-hitting.
We can't see through walls or anything over here, you know what I mean?
Investigative journalism.
Obviously not. I mean, that's Spain's far, so we can't really. It is interesting to know.
Rubber.
Jesus. It's interesting to note the asterisks offered by many Spanish publications that this was only a, quote, lover's quarrel and not a case of actual domestic violence.
Have you ever gotten a message out of the blue? Maybe you ignore them. Or maybe you end up in conversation. Maybe they tell you about an amazing offer. I can really show you how to make some money. And maybe that gets you into a lot of trouble. But this isn't a story about people like you, the people receiving these messages. This is a story about the people behind the messages, on the other end of the line. Thousands of them, working in a microcity built for scammers. From Wondery, the makers of Dr. Death and Kill List, comes Scam Factory, a new series about survival at the expense of others. Follow Scam Factory on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Scam Factory early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
Behind the closed doors of government offices and military compounds, there are hidden stories and buried secrets from the darkest corners of history. From covert experiments pushing the boundaries of science to operations so secretive they were barely whispered about. Each week, on Redacted, Declassified Mysteries, we pull back the curtain on these hidden histories. 100% true and verifiable stories that expose the shadowy underbelly of power. Consider Operation Paperclip, where former Nazi scientists were brought to America after World War II, not as prisoners, but as assets to advance U.S. intelligence during the Cold War. These aren't just old conspiracy theories. They're thoroughly investigated accounts that reveal the uncomfortable truths still shaping our world today. The stories are real. The secrets are shocking. Follow Redacted, Declassified Mysteries on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Redacted early and ad-free right now on Wondery Plus.
I guess they clarify whether it's like an ass whooping or a quarrel.
Yeah, just because she fought back doesn't make it not domestic violence.
No. But Spain, I don't know if it's different because, like, in Italy, like, I know Italian women in my family, they will hit the fuck out of you. So it's like, I don't know if that's part of it, like that they know in the culture that
women are fiery. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. So I figure it's similar. They'll start hitting you. So it's like, well, I mean, if they hit you, you got to smack them back. I don't know if that's like their policy over there or what. I don't know what's going on. I'm very confused, but it's definitely a different culture, you know?
Policy.
I don't know. Well, the relationships have different things. Like my grandmother.
But based on the punishment that both of them got, I don't think that's the policy.
It seems like it is. Like they both got in a little trouble, and that was it. Like it's fine.
Is it in Italy? Is it like this, or do they just fucking?
I don't know.
The cops never show up, right? It's just.
I think they're like, they'll take care of it. Mind your own business. Yeah. But like my grandmother always would say, like, well, what man doesn't cheat? Well, what do you want from people? Like if someone complains someone cheated, she's like, shut up, that's nothing. So there's a different sliding scale of what's acceptable in relationships in Europe, I guess. I don't fucking know what's going on. So, and he described it as just a simple couple discussion, which...
Discussion.
Usually discussions don't end up with somebody spending the night in the hospital, but...
Yeah, there's usually not medical treatment for discussions.
No. While our own culture automatically condemns Barbera's actions, rightfully or not, then in parentheses, for a moment, and then so he's going to try to, for a moment, would you think differently about the situation if it came out that DP lunged at Barbera with a knife, and if her injuries were the result of Hector's self-defense? Well, that would be a completely different thing. That would be attempted murder that you fucking fended off. That's different than we were arguing and then she slapped me and then I punched her in the fucking eye. That's not the same thing.
No.
That's not even devil's advocate. That's like super devil's advocate.
I also would tend to think of it in another way. If he started the fight, she grabbed a knife to lunge at him to stop it, and then he beat the shit out of her further. He's more of a monster.
That's more of a monster. Yeah, the knife makes it all different. We'll put it that way. It's very different.
The whole thing.
And then says, it is interesting to note the counterpoint in the Spanish treatment of the event. In a country that is rife with serious domestic violence, so much so that a fast-track legal system has been put in place to combat its growth. That's why you had the next day trial so it doesn't linger. Both parties in this incident are found to share the guilt and are given by American standards a slap on the wrist for their transgressions. Even more appalling to our senses is that those jail sentences have already been commuted to 14 months community service, which is a shitload. From my own mind, trained in both American and international jurisprudence, as we demand of all of our asphalt and rubber scribes, that they be trained in both American and international jurisprudence. Know about tires, dumb fuck.
TV laws of the entire planet.
Jesus Christ. Know about tires and fucking how, transmission fluid on them affects
the asphalt.
Affects their ability to stick. It's hard to fathom that a state like Spain can at one point say that it's committed to turning around an epidemic of domestic violence and then hands out a punishment for a high-profile crime that's more on par with misdemeanor vandalism. I learned a long time ago that laws are made by the people they govern, and while the relativist point of view says that you cannot pass judgment on them, those laws are still, by definition, a reflection of the societies that create them. So now he's just the whole country of Spain, are scumbags, he said. While I admonish our own American preconceptions to automatically assume the male at fault in domestic violence incidents, it's even more troubling for me to see the handling of a case like Barbera's end with such a resolution, knowing full well there are likely thousands more that will occur this year without such a high level of public scrutiny. In the end, Barbera's arrest and sentencing with his girlfriend speak to a larger cultural issue in Spain regarding misogyny, and while much of that is outside of what one would expect from a motorcycle publication such as ours, this is all weird that it's coming out of...
This is fucking bizarre, man.
Asphalt and rubber. Yeah. Which sounds like that could be like a kink magazine. You know what I mean?
Sure does.
It really does sound like you could have a guy with a GIMP mask on the cover.
I don't
September,
know
here he is, GIMP of the month.
I don't know if Golf Digest broke down the swings of Elin Nordegren on the back of her.
Sure. We're not positive. That's the thing. We're really not positive here.
I didn't read that issue. I don't know.
It's so weird. So, it goes on to say that, and easily goes beyond the microcosm of the MotoGP paddock. We have to remember the criticism that Grand Prix motorcycle racing is very much motorcycle racing, so very much so is Spain at this point in time. Okay? We like to pretend that our passion of motorcycling doesn't exist in the dramas of real life, but in earnest, the truth is the other way around. When I think about how this sport reacts to an event like Barbera's and what that says about us as a two-wheeled community, I think too to what my good colleague David Emmett pointed out upon hearing the news of Barbera's arrest and sentencing. Quote, so I asked about homophobia in the paddock and had one person deny they ever noticed homophobia or misogyny in the paddock. Then a rider gets arrested for beating up his girlfriend. Connect the dots.
What?
What does that have to do with homophobia?
I don't know what that means.
I don't understand that at all. Interesting here. So they talk about his statement, and his statement was, quote, about the information that have been published in different press media. I want to clarify with this communication how the facts occurred on that night. I obviously do not feel proud at all of what had happened and want to express my apologies to all people, especially my friends and family and sport team members. In this procedure, I must assume my duties and responsibilities, but I feel myself, and also stated it to the court, as a attacked and affected part. After the opportune denouncements, we strictly follow the protocol marked by the law for that kind of fact. Once in court, both parts declared we were visited by the medical examiner who certified the injuries I had. In any case, and been respectful, I renounce to provide more details than this. That's what he says. Yeah. In my family, we are 3 kids, 2 girls, 1 boy. We've grown together, learning the values of respect, fairness, and love. I would never think on hurting or damaging any person, no matter woman or men.
Okay.
That's what he says. So
but you
that's
did,
that.
So.
But you did. So he finishes fucking 16th in Grand Prix racing that year.
Okay.
2014, 18th. He does even worse somehow.
Oh, no.
Fucking terrible.
Shame.
The problem is he's also arrested that year as well. This year, he's caught by the police without a license while driving his Maserati.
Oh, he's doing very well.
Who the fuck doesn't have a license to drive a Maserati?
Yeah, how do you buy one and then go, I'm just going to drive this shit illegally?
I bet these guys make a lot of money in sponsorships for products, for parts and shit like that.
Like Maserati, instead of paying him, just gave him a
car. It was like, he's fast.
Yeah.
Here, give him a Maserati. So that year, he only raced in like 5 races that year and came in. One race, he came in 19th.
Jesus.
I think I could come in 19th, for Christ's sake.
If there's 19 of them, I'll fucking just have a nice little cruise day.
Oh, it'll be real nice.
I'll
be going like, that's 65. A smooth track. That's a smooth track. You could really take a Sunday drive on that shit if you wanted to.
I can really whoop through the turns.
Bikes just flying by, you're waving. Hi.
Take it easy, guys.
Come on, slow down. Jesus Christ, there's fucking people out here trying to relax. Fucking smoking as you're going.
Nice day.
Smoking a cigarette, just hanging. Hey, guys.
I've smoked a cigar on a motorcycle. That's really a nice day.
That's a great day.
It's not bad.
I don't think you could do it while you're going $1.75, though, probably. That would be a little bit different.
45, it's easy.
Oh, that's great. Feeling good. Feeling good. So 2015, he finishes 15 in points. He's never won a race since he stepped up to these bigger bikes, by the way.
Really?
This year, 2015, I'll give you his finishes. 15, 12, 13, 14, 13, 13, 16, 13, 15, 16, 13, 18, 16, 9. First top 10 of the year. 16, 13, 16.
One top 10, and it was 9th.
It was 9th.
How does he have enough money to live?
To have a Maserati.
Yeah. Why
can't
does
afford
this
to
pay
renew his
so
license.
well?
I don't know. The next year, he comes in 10th in points. It was the best year he's had so far in the MotoGP here, which is great, I guess. That's good. March 1st, 2016. Oh, 2015 was his big crash. I can show you that now. Good.
Oh, here we go.
He had a crash, too. He got all fucked up in that. Let's see. Here is this. This is from June 27th, 2016.
Okay.
I will show you this. It is gnarly, I believe.
Oh, boy.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, my God. Listen to them whip by.
Look at them in a line going down. It's kind of beautiful. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus.
Is that him?
Yeah, they just didn't turn at all. That's him there.
He just went straight through the dirt.
The guy laying there on his hands and on his head and knees is him.
Yeah.
And other people are. There's another guy over here they're still like they have to peel the bike off of him and they're coming with a stretcher.
He's dead?
No, he's not dead. The other guy has like 12 people around him and a stretcher. Mm-hmm. The other dude has 2 people around him. So you know you're doing okay if it's only 2 people around you.
Yeah.
But that was quite the spill he took here.
Wow.
We'll go back to it one more time here.
Oh, my God.
Everybody is taking the turn, and they just don't take it.
They just didn't do it, yeah.
They just didn't lay it down.
They must have got clipped somewhere. They must have clipped each other, and then
maybe
trying to recover, they couldn't turn.
Shit just
didn't work. That's what it is.
It's so
at that
fast.
speed, there's nothing.
No mistakes.
If there's a mistake, it's over for you.
There's
you're going
no
down.
mistakes. That's what I was saying. Even if you're going 150 and everything is straight, any little wiggle, a sneeze, a pebble, you're fucked. Everything has to be perfect for that. So 2016 here, he talks about what helped him become competitive in 2016. Competitive is 10th, by the way, in the whole fucking deal here.
Yeah.
He said, yes, suddenly it looks like I am a much better rider than yesterday. He said, I understand the situation because this is an elite sport and things work like that. The results are what define your position in the big picture. When I arrived at MotoGP at 22, maybe it wasn't that easy to handle. When I joined the World Championship, I was competitive from the very first moment. I won races and finished runner-up that first year. The same thing happened when I switched to 250cc. He said, and then things took a little bit of a different turn, and he got injured. And he said, until mid-season, I pushed the factory riders. We were doing really well. Then I suffered an accident and broke my tibia and fibula. When I returned, I was still competitive, like in Valencia, where I was on the grid in front of Valentino Rossi and Nicky Hayden, but the team had already signed the new riders. Okay, so he also says that there are guys. They are guys like me with a special talent to ride a bike fast. They are like me, not better than me.
Oh,
absolutely. So he said he made a decision to quit in 2014. He had joined a team that he didn't really like, and he said it was a disaster. For example, the Japanese technicians, because I guess he did something with Kawasaki. That were sent to our team set up gearbox ratios in which I couldn't even use 6th gear.
Oh.
I finished the race at Barcelona in tears. I knew that it wasn't a matter of my riding ability. Well, yeah, if you don't have the 6th gear, you don't have your extra gear here.
If everybody's got 6 and you've got 5, that's not good.
Yeah, he also said the electronics we had last year were light years behind the ones in current use. I'll give you an example. Last season, we had the option to split the circuits into a maximum of 5 parts. Now we can set up every corner. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
No. He talks about some very specific race shit. My winter training has changed this year. Before, I tried to have as many hours as possible on different types of bikes. This winter, instead, I worked more on the muscles that felt weaker, and I've noticed a difference. I feel much more agile on the bike. Great. Good for you. He said, I've learned that the best thing to do is focus on the present. If your thinking is on something that may happen in the future, you may miss enjoying what is happening. Remember, Ferris Bueller said that. Sometimes you got to just, sit back and take it all in here. He's basically, that's what he said. You're going to, thinking about the future too much. You're going to miss what's happening now.
Right.
My next focus is the cutter test. After seeing how we finish, I can start thinking about the race. So 2016, he does another big interview, but it's so much about racing. I don't really think we need to touch on so much. He just says
the information in it it's very specific.
I don't understand it. Here's one. He just says it's obvious that you have to adapt. I used to have a riding style more suited to 2-stroke motorcycles with the bike leaned over for a long time. This year I've started to change that indeed. I don't know if this style is more efficient or not, but the rest of the riders do it the same way, and that's why we are working on it. When something comes natural to you, it's hard to change, but with every day, it's getting easier. Okay, great. And then he just talks about, he said, my goal is anything from 5th to 10th place. That's what he's going for in points.
don't you aim for first? Isn't that like?
No, he's trying to finish in the top 10 here.
Just trying to make my bills.
Just trying, I'd like to get rent maybe, see how that
10th place
goes.
will pay for everything, and 5th will let me splurge a little bit. Sometimes
it'll keep me in Maseratis, you know what I mean? But other than that, it's not doing much. He said he wants to end up the best rider of the satellite teams. He said, I'm 7 points behind Pol Espargaro. I'm sorry. Well, if you're behind Pol Espargaro, I mean, you're set.
Espargaro.
Espargaro. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Espargaro. Yeah. But we have to be realistic and see that at this point, I not a mission easily accomplished. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. That's interesting. So 2016, I guess he's a little better. 9th, 5th, 9th, 10th, 8th, 12th, 11th, 6th, 9th, 5th, 14th, 13th, 13th, 17, 4, 11.
All right. He's getting good.
Not that terrible. Next year, though, 2017, he's 22nd in points.
Oh, no.
That's way worse than he's ever done before. So, not good. He, I guess, does some other shit, too. He does some shit here. I'm trying to think of what this is. Some other style of, I don't even know what style of bike this is.
Oh, it's another motorcycle race.
And some other kind of motorcycle racing in here, but I don't know what it is.
Well, it doesn't sound like he's doing terrific in this one.
No.
So maybe it's a step down?
Well, yeah, 2017, 13, 13, 14, 12, 14, 9, 16, 20, 17, 14, 18, 14, 20, 14, 15. Those are his races. So
they certainly figured out how to race against him.
Or he hasn't figured out how to race against anybody else. Right. Maybe he's terrified from crashing all those times.
I thought about that too. At that first
a little
crash,
skittish?
I'd never think. I mean, I think about going down every time I go around a corner. I'm surveying the road, making sure because I went down on gravel, and if you go down on gravel, you're always wondering or worried about losing traction, and I can't imagine with the way that fucking front tire just exploded and the ass end of the bike comes over. Yeah, how do you not think about that every time you grab the brake and go into a turn?
You saw these accidents. These are things that you would think about in your fucking at night, every time. Your nightmares. Yeah, you think about that shit.
As soon as I start that motorcycle up, I'm going to think about that thing.
No shit. So 2018, he's in Moto 2, which is not Moto GP. It's a different thing here, and he doesn't do very well in that either. So,
oh no,
not doing terrific here.
Moto 4 is good for him.
Maybe that's all we can imagine. He's got 10 total wins in his life here, as you can see. So June 11th, 2018, he is arrested, or he's fired after a drunk driving charge. So that's why. He's fired here. He recorded an alcohol level of, and this is per liter. This is a different breathalyzer scale. A level of 0.67 milligrams per liter.
Yeah.
The legal limit is 0.25, so he was more than double that.
Right. Okay. So it's like a 0.25 here.
It's not good. Yeah, he's shit-faced here. Mm-hmm. He was convicted and ordered to serve 22 days of community service and loses his driving license for a year. And he gets fired as well.
Shit.
So not good. Yeah, I mean, he probably didn't have shit anyway here. So they rescind the contract from him, and they say the racing team wants to thank Hector Barbera for his services and wishes him the best in the future. Fuck off, mister.
See you around. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I guess he struggled in the Moto 2 anyway. He wasn't doing that great. They said his season hit rock bottom when he took out Tetsuya Nagashima at the recent Italian Moto 2 event, an incident for which he was due to severe grid penalty. He was due to serve a grid penalty this week in Barcelona. Okay. He says, quote, I accept my mistake and I accept the consequences. The worst part is what has to do with my family, my friends, and my partner, but also with my professional career. From the next Grand Prix of Catalonia, I will not continue competing with my current structure. Even those that you think is deserved, that can be, you will understand that this is a very hard time for me.
Yeah.
Even if you think I deserve the shit, it still sucks for me. Yeah, still sucks. So that makes sense. The word repentance falls short to express what I feel.
Okay, I believe
He's very repentant. Yeah. I have taken my step to Moto 2 very seriously, although things are not going well. It might not look like I take it seriously.
I give a shit.
But I'm actually trying here, which is weird. I am training more than ever and working very hard. I insist once again that I assume the consequences of what has happened. I will not stop fighting, even though things are difficult, and this will be the attitude that I will continue to maintain. I will apologize to anyone who has been affected by this situation, and I thank those who support me at a time like this. So he's very confused here. He's not a golden boy anymore.
Yeah. He's a drunk. Yeah.
He likes to drink, definitely.
Yeah.
So
But he's probably doing that for the pain, right?
I don't know, maybe for the fun, for the pain. Plus, a guy who goes 175 fucking miles an hour on a motorcycle, he's a little loose. He likes to, you know what I mean? That's a guy probably will drink to excess. Everything he does is to excess, probably.
Yeah.
He doesn't just go to the buffet and have a couple of things. He eats till he's throwing up in the parking lot.
Right.
He can't give me it all.
Punches the gal till he's arrested.
Yeah.
He does that shit.
Yep. He's lucky. He's the type of guy who's lucky he's not into drugs because he would fucking kill himself.
Oh, cocaine would be crazy for him.
He would absolutely kill himself with cocaine. So he's sitting around. His girlfriend's mad at him. His family's mad at him. He's fired by his racing team.
Yeah, everybody.
He doesn't know. He just needs guidance.
A little bit, yeah.
Earl and Rose need to step in at some point and offer
Point
some
him the
advice, but they're not. They're not offering him advice. They can't get through to him. So there is one person who thinks maybe she can get through to him, and she's knocking on the door, and it's Vinny Pazienza's ma. Yeah, she thinks she can get through to Hector. She thinks she's got the inside track, and she says, "Oh my God, Hector Barbera, oh my goodness, look at you, you're riding those, you know how dangerous that is? I would never let Vinny ride this, I tell you, I would never let him do it in a million years, you're gonna break your neck, oh my God, look at you, do you wear like a jacket when you go out there? It's gotta get cold when you're driving around, my goodness, what are you doing, Jesus, let me make you something to eat, please. You can't. No, you need padding, so if you fall, you'll bounce better and you won't break your legs. You know what I mean?
Catch cold without a jacket.
You're gonna catch cold out there. It's cold. You're flying at 175 miles an hour. My goodness, you're gonna catch flight. For God's sake, I can't deal with this. No way. Please stop doing it to the wife. Please tell him to stop. Do it for your children, please. My God.
Punched her.
Ow, stop hitting me, Hector. What are you doing? I'm going to get Vinny to talk to you. And poof, in a cloud of tomato sauce and anger, she's gone. And he's very confused because he's like, what the hell is that? She wasn't even Spanish or from Kentucky. I don't know what's going on here. So 2019, he races in the...
He's back at it.
For Yamaha here in the Super Sport World Championship. This isn't in the... I guess this is in like a lower... kind of tier of this shit. Only races 2 races, finishes 4th and 7th in those in Australia and Thailand. And that's it here.
Done.
Yeah. April 8th, 2019, he retires suddenly, and there's a reason for it.
Oh.
It is because his bike is stolen. So
he doesn't have a motorcycle.
He doesn't have a motorcycle, so he cannot...
Retired.
He retired from the race anyway and everything else. So they had to scratch him from the World Championship because someone stole his bike right before a big race.
Hilarious. They usually have like 3-4 of them, don't they?
Nope. They got one for him, and that's it.
One bike.
Yep.
Give him
that. That is fucking hilarious, man. So he had to retire. He said that that day he said he was retiring from motorsport too. He's like, that's it. They stole my bike. Now I'm done. I don't even have a motorcycle anymore. Can I bring my Maserati on the fucking track? No.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. That's like Jose Canseco saying, I'm retiring. I don't have a bat.
I retired because I don't have a glove, and they told me I had to have one. They told me I wasn't allowed to catch barehanded, so I said, fine, fuck it. I guess I retire then.
Michael Jordan retired because he doesn't have shoes.
Yeah, they took his Jordans. Told him he couldn't play in socks, and he was like, all right, fine. I'm done then.
Stole my motorcycle. I retire.
And he said this is fucking hilarious, man.
Wow.
He said that, quote, that's what we've been driven to.
Retiring?
For my own and other riders' safety, I can't race today. Well, yeah, you can't run around the track.
For my safety and theirs.
Yeah. You're probably not going to win you don't have a lot of chances of winning. Unless you're sticking sticks and spokes. I don't think you're going to outrun these bikes, Chief. I don't think you're
For my safety and theirs.
And theirs. I mean, they could hit a man running on the track.
It's wild to have a pedestrian on a racetrack.
It's so weird. At a motorcycle track.
There's no crosswalk.
He's got just he's not even running hard, just a marathon jog going. Slow and steady, guys. Slow and steady. You know what I mean?
My nipples to bleed.
Oh, my God. Oh, I can't race today. We don't have the means, and what started out as a dream has ended as a nightmare. That's what he says.
No.
His career he's only 32, by the way.
Yeah, he's a child
still. He's a child. He's got nothing else. He's been doing this since he was a child.
He does.
And they said that the 32-year-old also said that, quote, problems with non-payment and failure to meet contract terms between what was supposed to be our main sponsor and the team also have made this super sport adventure end today at home. He said he was especially excited about it, and he wasn't even able to race.
God damn.
He said, we started out this project with real excitement, using all the equipment for the first time in Australia without any training, with a bike that was practically a street bike. And even then, with the bare minimum of what we needed in technical terms, we managed to finish fourth. After that, the financial problems started, and this meant we had to race in Thailand with hardly any spare tires. He's out there with bald tires.
What running around?
Fuck? You can't do this unless you have very good equipment.
You gotta have good tires.
Oh, and an engine with too many kilometers on the clock. It's the same here, but we can't eke out what we've got any longer. And for reasons of responsibility, I can't go out onto the circuit.
High mileage and bald tires, and he's racing it. My mom would barely take that thing to work.
Yeah, she's like, it won't make it. I was going to go to Laughlin, but I decided it's not going to make it all the way up there. It's 4 hours.
I can see the thread bearing through. This isn't okay.
Oh, my God. He says the team was also excited from the owner down to the most junior mechanic. It makes me so angry because I'm doing okay and working like never before, but I'm going to give in and just carry on training so I'm ready for if any chance comes of carrying on with what I love most.
Just going to keep riding somewhere else?
He said he felt terrible for his fans who had bought tickets to watch him. Because he's a big draw, this guy, apparently. Yeah. Finishing 18th every fucking year is a huge draw.
Man. Both fans, they're heartbroken.
It was in Spain, though, so he was saying, it was his big deal here. So he's had some problems, though, obviously. 2012, for speeding and being drunk while running several red lights. And then he and his girlfriend beat the shit out of each other, and then he was caught driving his Maserati, and then he got drunk again, and he's had some issues.
Yeah.
He's had a few issues here, and it is also revealed by the news website that there was a search warrant issued against him, or a search and arrest warrant issued against him in 2019 for an undisclosed affair that they never figured out. So he's dodging some international search and arrest warrant as well.
A vague one.
A vague one that we don't know shit about. So 2020, he races a BMW here in the British Superbike Championship.
Hell yeah.
And his finishes are 10th, 10, 14, 15, 13, 10, 12, 18, 15, 14, 22, 16, 15.
It's over.
I think it's about over. So May 11th, 2020, the stolen bike thing, it's all being whatever. I guess he was accused of being involved in the theft of a World SSP bike after he refused to ride it on safety grounds. So the one with the tires, he's saying that they're now saying that he had it stolen so he didn't have to ride it.
But then you have to retire, man.
Yeah, he said he no longer wanted to compete on the team because there wasn't enough money to upgrade his engine, and then the next day his bike got stolen.
Okay.
He said, since there had been no sign of the motorcycle, despite Spanish police getting involved, while Barbera has gone on to compete in the British Superbike Championship. However, Team Toth has continued to pursue the theory that Barbera himself was behind the disappearance and are duly taking the matter to court in Spain. He was blaming them for being cheap. That is fucking amazing.
And then he probably chopped it up.
Oh, my God. And so the team owner, Imre Toth, believes Barbera had to have instructed two of his mechanics to enter the Aragon paddock and remove the bike, evidence he says he can prove when the case goes to trial in Spain.
Oh.
He said, for me, the situation, this is the owner, for me, the situation has been complicated by Corona because I got shit-faced. I don't even have to put lime in it. I just drink it and I pound it. Because my lawyer is not allowed to travel. The police handed over all the findings to the court. Normally, we would have had a meeting with all the lawyers in Alcanis in April, but at the moment, we can't do anything but wait. I have an hour 40-minute testimonial from the Spanish mechanics saying they stole the bike because Barbera didn't want to do it himself. We can use that in court. Oh, my God. The campaign has cost me at least 50,000 euros.
Jesus.
Which that's probably more than a new bike.
It's like $10 million.
Yeah, it's a lot. And I also lost many sponsors. For Barbera, it will be 100% bad that he did this to me and my team. 100% bad. That's going to be the name of this guy's episode here.
100% bad.
According to Toth in an interview with Speedweek.com, and that's no asphalt and rubber bullshit. Yeah. That's a real one. I did what I had to do and inform the police. I hope it will be found. It's a good motorcycle built by good mechanics. How can a motorcycle simply disappear on a modern racetrack between 8:45 and 10 p.m.? It's a joke that only 2 cameras are installed in the paddock. In fact, at Barbera's request, our bike was pushed out of the box by 2 Spanish mechanics. Why do I know that? I, myself, my father, and the other 2 mechanics in our team were eating, and we handed over the keys to the box to the Spaniards. He went on to say that Barbera called him and said that the bike was in a safe place and negotiations should take place between the 2 parties alone at an undisclosed location without cell phones.
Maybe you can have it back.
What is this, a hostage negotiation? It's like a mafia sit-down.
Yeah, to get a $12,000 bike.
We're going to meet at Nicky's down on Mulberry, and we're going to fucking go into a room.
It's probably a $50,000 bike. I'll bet it is.
It probably makes sense, right? That seems about right. So they said, we're guessing that Toth was furious at the time and went on to authorities for further action. So I guess it's going to the courts and all of that, and it's still missing. So we never know what happens with that, I don't think. Wow. So April 21st, 2021, another Scheib Racing signs Hector Barbera, Moto America.
SCHEIB?
SCHEIBE.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. So they asked how the deal came together, and Steve Scheib or Scheibe told Road Racing World, that's somewhere between Speed Week and Asphalt and Rubber. He expressed interest in our program, and he has outstanding credentials, so it seemed like a good fit. Yeah. So they said that his team has been seen ever improving results over the last 2 Moto America Superbike seasons, with Jake Gagne claiming the 2 top 5 finishes and 8th in the championships, and also Josh Herron getting on the podium. Well, right. I mean, we all have posters of him on the wall. So this year, Hector finishes 6, 7, 6, 8, 8, 6, 5, 6, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 25, 6, 7, 8, 10. 7th overall in points.
Yeah,
so,
not bad.
Not bad, actually. Not too bad here. He's doing pretty well. And he says, I'm really happy to join this team. It will be an important year for me, and I am confident of achieving some good results on the track. The team has a lot of experience, and we have good technical support. I'm sure we will work hard, and that together we can have a good season for me.
Sure.
This season will be easier. I know the circuits, and I expect to be faster and to be able to fight for the top positions. I want to thank everyone who's made this possible. See you at the track.
You're welcome. See you there.
I'll be the shit-faced guy driving around, swerving.
Guy driving with my left turn signal on.
That's the one, boy. And he does decent here. His races in 2022, 5.7, 4.46, 9.3, 17, 5.5, 6.5, 5, 7, 8, 6, 4, 5, 10.
Yeah, he's doing
not bad. 5th in the points here.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, they're all in different states: Texas, Alabama, Virginia, Montana.
Yeah, they run them all over the place.
Everywhere. New Jersey, Alabama, everywhere. 2023. Okay. This is fucking funny. By the way, he's finishes 24th in points in 2023, doesn't do very well.
Uh-oh.
January 30th, 2023, and this is a translated article, which makes it even hilarious.
Yeah.
It says, Batlia, I think that's one of the, I don't know what that is, investigates the Hector Barbera motorcycle pilot for scam and documentary forgery. What
is this?
I don't know, but we're going to have a fun time trying to fucking translate it. Batlia has opened a cause against Valencian motorcyclist pilot. Well, that's one way to put it. Yeah. Hector Barbera Val. He is investigated for an alleged scam and forgery in commercial document as part of a purchase sales of a vehicle that would have closed in June 2020, months after the residence authorization in the country expires. In fact, Batlia had already dictated against her the search and captured by another affair. Okay.
Oh boy. So there's a fraud car around here somewhere.
Somebody's frauding somebody in Spain, and somebody's been captured by another affair. The allegations made to him now is because he tried to justify the payment of the vehicle by exhibiting a bank transfer certificate he had previously handled. So he tried to pay with like a fake. He tried to show a bank transfer that he didn't make.
Right.
That's what it sounds like. The case is now being remanded in the Batlia began following a complaint filed by the dealer of the Principality, where Barbera agreed to acquire a white and second-hand Mercedes Vito van. Apparently, it says the operation was closed for 13,500 euros, and the dealer, no matter how much the pilot represented a bank transfer document for said value, he never received, at least in the first instance, those money. Those money
never showed up. He got the Mercedes, though.
That he got a Mercedes van. Consequently, and in the face of the impossibility of being able to contact the pilot again, in recent days he has announced that he leaves Moto America Series to compete in the British Superbike in 2023 on horseback of a Honda. That's going to be he's going to lose all the time. He's never going to win a race. He'll never have a chance.
That's going to hurt harder than the motorcycle, I think, when he does crash it.
Way less dangerous around the turns, though. I'll tell you what.
It weighs a lot more, though.
Yeah, if it falls on you, you're in deep shit. Those responsible for the commercial establishment filed a police complaint. It was in July 2020, and the claim was for a debt. The complaint incorporated the alleged bank transfer that had never reached a good port. The police came to the conclusion, with the necessary bank support when making the relevant analysis, that Barbera had supposedly used a previous transfer justifier to alter some data. Oh. And here is when he turned the crime attributed to him and was aggravated. And how? Wow. They're now doing and how. That's how I took it, too. Yeah. They're now doing the appropriate diligence with regard to alleged scam crimes and documentary forgery. Now he's in this is a serious fucking thing.
Big trouble, yeah.
Without being known too suddenly or how of those initial 13,500 euros with which he knew the deal closed, some small contributions would have made Barbera. Ooh. But now what is being investigated or what is underway is not a debt claim, but a crime that would continue to be investigated. It is heard as you wish Barbera, for the purposes of Andorran justice, is in an unknown whereabouts. Upon discovering the forgery, and all in all, the police already asked the Batlia for two things: to issue a research and capture order and to promote the scariant actions to try to locate the vehicle subject to fraudulent purchase sales. Yeah. Holy shit. Okay. They said it seems at some point it was in the Valencian community, and now they don't know where it is. Okay. So I guess they said that he established his residence in the Principality thanks to an authorization of sporting interest in 2014. And then they go on his fucking deal a little bit. February 2nd, 2023, he's in trouble with the law and officially accused of fraud and forgery.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. The mayor's office of Andorra is investigating a fraud charge into falsification of documents, and it's for this thing. They have issued a search warrant and an arrest warrant, and they're unable to find him. So at the moment, this is 2023, and I haven't heard any updates. So either they found him or he's still on the lam from Spanish authorities.
This must be a very terrible crime. The punishment is severe.
It's fucking insane. I mean, this guy, he's still being looked for. I mean, suppose your name is Hector Barbera. I feel bad for you if you're that. Not nearly, though, as bad as I feel. For these poor people, Hector Barbera, Senior software engineer at DocuSign in Seattle, Washington.
Oh, no.
Went to college in Valencia, by the way. He was like, please, I can't go back. He's worked at Microsoft.
Yeah.
Hector Barbera, owner of the Tango and Malanga Dancing School in Orlando, Florida.
And
of course.
Malanga. And
Malanga. He's teaching you both. He doesn't care. So if you're those people, I feel very bad for you because the cops are currently looking for you. Now, February 9th, 2023, still under investigation, all about this. I guess his residency card for Andorra expired in 2019 and hasn't been renewed. So they believed now that he could be maintaining a residence in Valencia. Mm-hmm. Kentucky not in the mix, I see.
No.
Not at all.
Word.
So apparently they're also looking at him for the theft of the motorcycle from the team as well.
Right,
so he's got a bunch of shit happening. Then on November 21st, 2023, he signs with another racing team.
What's happening?
The 2023 Bennett's BSB Grid after agreeing with a 1-year deal with Tag Honda Racing.
Oh.
Or Tag Racing
Tag
Honda.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just says Tag. It doesn't, so he says that's he signed with that, and he's 36. They said he's wanted by the police and for 2 different things.
Yeah.
A lot of scamming and frauding here. In this article, this little fluff piece about how great it is that he's signing with this team, never mentioned that. They say it'll be a baptism of fire for the man from Andorra after completing 2 races at Thruxton with a best finish of 26th in 1 race.
Okay.
So, yeah, he said, I'm very motivated to get going this season with Tag Racing. Returning to the British Superbike Series is very exciting and is a move I am looking most forward to. Oh. Also, it's not in Spain where I'm wanted by the police, which is also helpful. Yeah.
Thank God.
That's good there. So the team manager said Hector is a quality rider. He's proven that in the past, and with his experience of different championships and machines, we feel he's the right fit for us going forward. And we lock our shit up at night, so no worries there.
Got a lot of padlocks around here.
Including on the bar.
Yeah.
We have a packed testing schedule, which is important. The last few years, we have lacked solid testing time. So these dates, so to have these dates set in stone with the increased support behind the scenes from Honda Racing UK, we believe we're on the right path. Hector is good now. I'm sure he's not wanted anymore, and he's doing fine. Can't get enough of this thieving woman hitting idiot. Fucking
truly, yeah.
Drunken asshole. You can get a 2015 Hector Barbera signed Scorpion EXO Ducati Desmazdici GP14 Moto GP poster.
Oh, it's a poster. Okay.
It's a signed poster of him on a motorcycle.
Oh, who gives a shit?
And there's like lightning coming off of all of it. It's like one of those. $19.99. Here, I'll show it to you.
$20
right
for
$20 for his autograph. Look at him.
Signed. Wow, look at that bullshit. You get signed gloves from an ex-boxer for $20.
I think we got 45 Keon Clark autographs for that price, didn't we? It's so many. And then finally, a Hector Barbera hand-signed, I hope it's hand-signed.
It better be, yeah.
6x4 photo. There he is.
That's the little asshole?
That's the little asshole, yeah.
Jesus, he looks so...
Like a child.
He looks like a
someone's
pussy.
13-year-old.
Yeah,
he looks like a little
baby.
pussy. Looks like if he fell off a motorcycle, he'd totally die.
He'd
doesn't
explode,
he?
yeah.
It'd explode and die. So that's Hector Barbera, everyone. And a little shorter episode, but we had to do a sport we never did before. And we have
fun.
We have some lengthy ones coming up, too. We're going to have pretty soon the saga of Eddie Johnson, which will be like a 3-parter. We have a whole bunch of stuff coming up. So that is fun stuff. You definitely want to give us a review. Give us 5 stars on whatever app you're listening on. It really helps the shit out of the show. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com for all your info. New merch is up all the time, first of all. Tickets to Small Town Murder live shows. Get out to one of those. It's fun, trust me. So do that shit. Come see us there. You also certainly want patreon.com/crimeinsports. There's so much to go over. Anybody $5 a month or above. So you can get a cup of coffee or hundreds of back episodes you've never heard before of bonus material and new ones every other week. 1 Crime and Sports and 1 Small Town Murder that you get all of, every drop of what we put out on bonus for Patreon. This week, what you're going to get for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about all of the different New England Patriots cheating scandals.
Oh, great.
So that'll be a good time for us. I can get to bitch and complain there. That'll be fun. And then for Small Town Murders, we're going to talk more about Ed Gein. Yeah. We're going to get into the psychology of Ed Gein. Oh, boy. What did he say once they sat him down in there? And what would he say to psychologists? His lie detector tests, all sorts of weird shit. And then how did he live the rest of his life we'll talk about, which is surprising, honestly. It's just like this nice guy making crafts. Real weird shit. Not out of people. So check that all out. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all of that. And in addition to getting so much bonus material, you're also going to get a shout out, which is going to happen right fucking now. Jimmie, hit me with the names of the people who are smart enough not to drive 175 miles an hour on motorcycles and flip 30 times like a pinwheel through the air. Hit me with them right now.
This week's executive producers are Jeremy Woodward, Christopher Voorhees, Elena Zamel, Whitney Green, AJ Davison, Ron Nelson, Gwendolyn Steele. Congrats on the divorce. Good for you.
Nothing better than a good divorce.
Get back into happiness and enjoying yourself. Morella and, of course, Jordan Bennett. And happy birthday, Simon. Holy shit. He just had
birthday, Simon.
A birthday. Such a wonderful
we love
man.
Simon.
That's a guy that rides motorcycles.
Not 170 miles an hour, he doesn't.
No.
Like
other producers this week: Catherine Cumberland, Michelle McSell. Sorry about Poe, Michelle. I hope you're doing all right. Peyton Meadows, Gina Morrow, Janice Hill, Alyssa B, Kelsey Mueller, Sam. Maybe it's Mueller. Sam Sexinski. Sexy-insky.
That's a great name. I'm a sexy Polak.
Good for you, Sam. David with no last name. Matthew Root, Kristen Marie Brencevic Baron, I think. Georgina White. Karen with no last name. Pam Van Shee. Valerie Perrette. Karen Keaton. Mike Dorling. Robert Martin. Joshua Worthy. Jordan Hawk. Tracy Oliver Lewis. Colton Moreski. Liz G. Riley Powell. Jake Schellenberg. Donna Jones. Melissa Tepner. Brevik. Kevin Anderson. Peter Carmichael, all right, just Carmichael. All right, Brandy Triche, Justin Thrash, Chance Ferguson, Cody Theberg, Karen Lee, Jay Anderson, Luke with no last name, Samantha Garrett, Amber Sky C, Becky Sesher, David, no, that's Scott. What? Scott Mulder, Dustin Lepper, Jeremy Peterson, Cindy Baker, Ashley Culpepper, hey Ashley, Stephanie Martin, Paige DePaula, Ann Joy Ruth, George Robinson, John Colemiller, Annette Gobble, Watson, Jessica Adams, Ryan with no last name, Julie Garcia, Job with no last name, Chris with no last name. Swipe keyboard is faster than text. I don't know if you know that, James. I've been told. Vishal.
Can't do it.
Body with no last name. Emily Osborne. Cat with no last name. A haunted Arby's in Florida. Peter C. Aislinn. Fearon, Brooke Ditmar, Kenny with no last name, Sarah Beth Stone, Sonny Erazo, Jamie Herder, Polly Bachetto.
Herder, barely know her.
Yeah. Don Beavers. I love the last name of Beavers. It's so good.
That's good. And then you got Herder and Beavers right in the, come on.
Right next to each other.
Bullshit.
Jessica
you guys
with no
are
last
messing
name.
with us.
Amberley, Greenwood, Mother Trucker, Angela N, Eddie B, Oversoul Gaming, Bobby Artist, Stephen Russell, Alan K, Jody Leeson, Sean with no last name, Kelly King, Tyler Southam, Kylie with no last name, Thomas Tarazowitz. Nice. What is this? Corey Matzo, Kate Cooper, Rachel Littlefield, Edward S., Jason Livingston, Dustin Matheny, Elena Casey, Susan Nelson, Amy Barton, Jerry Mills, Jessica Cagnalotti, Eric D., Suzaz, Liv Hudson, Lex with no last name, Stacy Turner, Joshua McCullum, Hannah Barrett, Colt Reuter Krause.
Wow, nice.
Router Coos.
Router Coos is even better. Route that Coos right over here, big guy.
Colleen Wilson, Therese Yarborough, Emily McGrath, Chris Puglisi, Ziggy Phil, Anna Gunderson, Nova Judd, Chris Butler, Alex Truska, Joe Copeland. Hey, Joe. Julie Robertson. Nope, just Roberts. Sarah Kennedy, Austin C., Rachel Watson, Danny Ledoux, Jackie Emerson, Christina with no last name, Katie Harker, Brandon Wilt, Morgan Ford, Drew Panhandletti Jr.
I think you're going for Panhandle there.
Panhandletti. Letty with it's an Italian panhandle.
It's a Panhandletti, yeah? Come on.
Drew with no last name. Ashley Kurtzinger, Krista Keller, Jade Grand, Angie Nemmer, Jay Pizzle, Alicia. Can't say charcuterie. Nieva 29. Amy with no last name. Duck Rick. Kelly Hunspeth. Nina with no last name. Colin Bayer. Diddy Axed Man. Test subject.
I don't want any Diddy's money.
Yikes. I don't want anything to do with that. Oh, boy. I heard he ate somebody's asshole. That's crazy. Crazy talk.
A stranger rapper, or someone
famous rapper.
Not a lady
I don't want
we went out with.
Repeat it, but it's crazy.
Just a lady you went out with. I was like, well, good for him. Get in there. You know, you want to really
another guy just being a gentleman to him.
Well, I guess that's polite. I prefer to offer somebody a beer, but I mean, to each his own.
Good for you, bud. Melissa Danette, Amanda Whitcomb, Ted Michael, Teresa with no last name, Nancy Webster, Luke's McInglis, Megan Pearson, Elizabeth Zink, Sharon Brighton, Bywater Reyes, Ashley Hod, Jacob Dumbia. Dumbaya? I don't know. Look, man, I'm doing my best. Stacy, Nicole Stacy, Kayla Thompson, Raina Reyes, Eduardo Mercado. Oh boy, that's a handsome name. Jenny with no last name. Jacob Lindsay, Sam Baldwin, and all of our patrons. You guys are amazing.
Thank you, everybody, so much from the bottom of our dead black shriveled hearts. We appreciate all that you fucking do for us on a daily basis. Thank you for spreading the word. Thank you for being part of the crime and sports movement for this long and into the future as well. Make sure to tell your friends and all that kind of good shit. Hopefully you have already. So thank you so much for joining us. You want to find us on social media, shutupandgivememurder.com has the links to everything. You can clean it all out at once and keep hanging out with us week after week. Listen to Small Town Murder. Listen to your stupid opinions if you haven't given it a shot. And we will see you all week and live from the Crime and Sports Studios. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
If you like crime and sports, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
A few miles from the glass spires of Midtown Atlanta lies the South River Forest. In 2021 and 2022, the woods became a home to activists from all over the country who gathered to stop the nearby construction of a massive new police training facility, nicknamed Cop City.
At approximately 9 o'clock this morning, as law enforcement was moving through various sectors of the property, an individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper.
This is We Came to the Forest, a story about resistance.
The abolitionist mission isn't done until every prison is empty and shut down.
Love and fellowship.
It was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
And the lengths we'll go to protect the things we hold closest to our hearts. Follow We Came to the Forest on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.